Hi, Proton.
How may I help you?
How's the weather today?
It should be shower rain for the daytime and cloudy in the night today, inshallah. Temperature will go from 25 degrees to 32 degrees.
Hi, Proton.
Follow you.
Can you lower the aircon temperature?
Sorry, this feature is not supported, and please try some other commands.
Wind down the glass. Hi, Proton.
Get referral due to bad network.
Wind down my windows. Hi, Proton.
Coming.
Wind down the window.
Sorry, this feature is not supported, and please try some other commands.
Hi, Proton.
Coming.
Tuner on.
Okay, turned on tuner.
Tune to 105.7. Hi, Proton.
Order please.
Tune to 105.7.
Okay, play FM 105.7.
Hi, Proton.
Coming.
Tuner off.
Okay, exit.
Hi, Proton.
What's up?
Navigate to Awana Resort, Genting.
Nothing found, and please tell me the destination.
Navigate to Awana, Genting Islands.
Nothing found, and please tell me the destination.
Navigate to Genting Highlands.
Directions to where?
Genting Highlands.
Only one result found, and now start the guidance.
Number 1. Hi, everybody. That was a bit of fun, right? Okay, we are in the refreshed 2019 Proton Persona, and what I just did was to take you on a trip through High Proton, which is also part of the feature of the new Persona. Now, this version of the High Proton is a little bit lower spec than the one on the X70. There are actually quite a few levels of high proton systems in the X70. Of course, the top of the range allows you to open the sunroof and to wind down the glass. So this one doesn't do all that. This one can tell you the temperature, tell you the weather, and it can also turn on the navigation, turn on the radio, turn on music, and it can also take instructions as to where to tune your radio frequency, and so as I've shown you. Okay, so that's the part that everybody wants to know about the Persona, because this seems to be the biggest subject and everybody wants to know what the High Proton can do, yeah? Okay. But anyway, to me, this is not a deal breaker. It's nice to have, but sometimes it's easier just to do what you want to do directly. Okay, so enough about the High Proton.
Order please.
High Proton.
Need help?
Exit.
I'm off now.
Thank you. Okay, I've just turned the High Proton off. Back to driving this car. Well, we managed to get our hands on the car. I missed the media drive after the launch, and so now I'm taking the car, and I'll be getting the Iris in a few days. So, what have we got here? This is the 1.6 liter with CVT, and this is the premium version of the Proton Persona. We're going at about 90 kilometers per hour now on the Khong highway, and what we are hearing now is not engine, not transmission, but it's actually the tire and road noise. Okay, so the soundproofing on this, well, this is a B segment sedan, and it's so in terms of soundproofing. So there's a lot of noise coming in from the road. I would say amongst all the B segment, this is in the middle of the range in terms of noise level. Yeah, so well, it's a small car and it's not a very expensive car, so don't expect too much of soundproofing. Okay, so the engine is a 1.6, is 107 PS or 109 PS or in that region. Some places say 107, some places say 109, but I think it's safe to say it's around 107 to 109. Okay, and anyway, no engine is exactly the same. Yeah. Okay, it runs a CVT with 7 virtual speeds, and but you don't get to see the virtual speeds. You only have your normal park, R reverse, then you have neutral, E which is drive, and L for low gear. Okay, so there is no pedal shifter, so you can't shift the gears. Yeah, you can only have low range. If you are climbing a mountain, then you can have high range, which is normal. Now, in terms of gearing, they have done some tuning to the CVT. So what we're doing now is we're going at, I'll show you what is 3000 RPM. Okay, this is now, we're running at 3000 RPM, and the speed is about 105 kilometers per hour. Yeah, 105 kilometers per hour. So I would say that the speed per 1000 RPM is about 35. This is just indicated here, so we may be out by 1 or 2 kilometers per hour, but basically in top gear it is about 35 kilometers per 1000 RPM. Now, compared to the standard 4-speed gearbox, this overall ratio is about the same. So if you ask me what's the fuel consumption, I would say that you can get 10 liters per 100, 9 point something liters per 100, and that would be about the nominal fuel consumption of this car. Of course, if you were to really squeeze it and drive very hard, or rather drive very soft-footedly, you could perhaps get it up to 15 or even 20 kilometers per liter. But of course, that is like we are trying very hard. Wow, that's a very fast Honda Civic. Okay, so it's a manual. You can hear him shifting. Okay, all right. So in terms of drivability, the lowering of the gearing, what they've done is they tune it so that in top gear you get about 35 kilometers per hour for every 1000 RPM. So we're running at about 2005. We're getting about 80 plus, almost 90 kilometers per hour. Yeah. So the CVT still works, but what they've done is they've lowered the ratio to make the car more drivable. Alright, so in terms of driving, it feels very much the same as the 4-speed box, except that there is no gap in the shifting. You just feel the engine sound going up as it adjusts itself automatically, and so quite okay to drive lah if you are driving at normal speeds. And I think about 90% of the people who buy this car will be driving this at this speed. Okay, somebody told me that they've done something to the suspension. We won't know yet. We will know in a while. Proton always does a pretty good job when it comes to handling, yeah. And if the previous Persona is anything to go by, this car should handle quite well. Alright, what we have here is a very new car. It's only done 631 kilometers. That means somebody did a bit of running in, and here it is already in my hands, and we are test driving it up to Genting Highlands. Here we go. Okay, there is no pedal shift, so you can't shift down. You have to depend on the automatic shift. Thank you. Okay, let's move over, and here we are. Okay, I'm flat out and we're going at 80 kilometers per hour. You can't shift down. Can you shift down? No, you can't. There is no plus minus. I suppose you can shift down to low, but that's not going to help a lot. Okay, I'm in low gear. you'll be still in the same gear. It just doesn't go up to the high gear, that's all. Okay, let's go. All 107 horsepower flat out. Actually, it's not too bad. We're coming onto a lot of traffic and they are going really very slow. We're going at 40 kilometers per hour. There's two Starexes in front and a Camry, and they are really struggling. Actually, the Starex has got a very powerful engine. I don't know why they're going so slow. It's because they don't know how to accelerate. Okay, a lot of people are afraid of accelerating. Come on, guys. The engine won't feel the pain. Thank you. Okay, coming to the little roundabout. Guys, I'm using the push-pull method, which I'm more familiar with. It's easier to drive for me because then I don't have to cross my hands at all. A higher gear, so that gives you better controlling abilities, because if you have the gearbox shifting to top gear all the time, it might not be so easy to handle. Okay, here is where the handling is a little bit on the soft side. Okay, you have to understand, the car is made as a passenger car for family use, and of course Proton would like to have it a bit sporty for the younger generation. But if you want a more sporty car and with exactly the same mechanicals, they have the Iris for you to choose, So this one is possibly a little bit softer in terms of suspension to make it more comfortable for the family usage. Still, the car can handle quite okay, It's not the best handling car in the world, but it is pretty nice. Some body roll. There's some body roll, and under braking you get a little bit of the tail lifting up and a bit of waviness, but you can hold it. Not too bad. So you can drive fast if you want to lah, but there are some limitations, yeah, as to how well it can handle. Well, I wouldn't use this to go very fast, but for all practical intents and purposes, if you're a family man and you need to have this sedan and you want to have a car that is economical to own and, you know, low down payment, low installments, 54,600, well, this is a good car to have. Alright, insofar as the reliability and things like that, I think the Persona has got quite a good history. We've seen about 3-4 years of the car in action, and they are constantly improving. So this one is a bit better lor. Okay, you have a little multi-info display in the center and a 7-inch screen that has high Proton and navigation and tuner and all that. See, I just said high Proton and it already responded to me. Okay.
Tell me where will you go?
Exit.
See you.
Yes, I just told her to go away. Okay, we are at the roundabout at Gotunjaya, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and head back down the hill. For a short while, I'm going to drive at the speed that normal people would drive, or maybe a little bit faster than they would drive. And so, how's the feeling of this guy if you drive it normally like this? Okay, it's pretty good, pretty easy to drive, and yeah, there's a little bit of road noise and all that, but well, it's not a very expensive car, yeah. So for those of you who are not sure or are wondering, the Persona and the Iris are actually like the Vios and the Yaris. Okay, mechanically both cars are the same, and the Iris is the one that doesn't have a boot. The Persona shares the same body and it has a boot. That's the difference between the two cars, and of course this one is only a 1.6 liter engine, yeah. So you have the option of manual or CVT, and then you have three trim levels. You have the standard, executive, and premium. Okay. Of course, the premium has all the bells and whistles. You have traction control, you have electronic stability control, and 6 airbags. Hard plastic dashboard, but it looks pretty well pointed, yeah, well built. And the newer Protons are much better now. There's a more solid feel, yeah. And design-wise, it's pretty nice. The wheelbase is same for both. It's 2555 or thereabouts, and that is about the size of about the same wheelbase as the Vios. So if you compare the two cars, they would be around the same size. In terms of horsepower, the Vios has dual VVTi. This one has only variable valve timing on one side. I think is the exhaust, and but the extra 100cc makes up for the power, so the power is about the same, and torque is 150 Newton meters. So here we are on the nice uphill stretch, and yeah, there's a bit of traffic, but well, you saw me go through the couple of turns before. It's pretty nice. So the only thing it has is a little bit more body roll, but it's still controllable, yeah. Okay. Brakes so far have been okay. Well, it's a very standard kind of braking system. You have ventilated in front and at the back. Not quite sure what it is. Could be drums or could be this. We'll have a look later. Yeah, traffic is a bit heavy, but no worries. So back to the question of whether this car is okay to buy. Yeah, I think it's okay to buy. If you only have 54,000 to buy a car, well, this will be one of the cars you'll consider. And the other one would be either the Bazaar, which is actually a bit lower and a little bit smaller maybe, but has a huge boot. And then of course there is also the MyV. Okay, and then you have a choice between 1.3, 1.5. This one happens to be a 1.6. Yeah, I'm talking about MyV. You have a choice of 1.3 or 1.5. For the Persona is only a 1.6, but having said that, this 1.6 is quite a well-proven engine. Yeah, not to say that the MyV engine is no good, yeah. So finally, it comes to your choice, which one you want to buy, which one you're more comfortable with. So in terms of issue, I would say no issues, yeah. So that's about it. So, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Till we meet again, bye bye.